Land kind of in the middle like this. Roxigo is going up against Boom Slash. Roxigo going in for a root. He has both rooted 45 breeze available. A lot of his burst is just being used, but we just started a little bit late. Boom Slash dropping to about half health. Lightning Lasso coming out onto Roxigo. Still has wall available for a little bit. Does shrink that Lightning Lasso. Wall coming out for Boom Slash. Healing is coming out back and forth, back and forth. Roxigo is still staying in there. Karma coming in onto Boom Slash. Needs to get a hex up really, really badly. Is he going to be able to do it? Does get a big leap away from Roxigo. Follow up with Fist of Fury stuns. Does get a hex off now, and this is going to get a little bit of healing. Roxigo hex did break though, so Roxigo was trying to decide whether he should stay or whether he should leave. He was going to bow. Yeah, I don't know if they were going to bow or not, but it's okay. I wanted to have him bow just for the video, but it's okay. Roxy goes out in the open, trying to see if he can get some damage onto Boom Slash. Boom Slash getting some heals, and Roxy getting some heals. At this point, I think both of them should just go do a reset. That was an interesting tussle in the middle. Lock Hellstones if we... Oh, we don't have Hellstones. They do. And they have a port too. So if Boom Slash wants to use the port, he could use it to advantage. And it is changing the pillar, I think, for a second. No, just hovering between pillars once the rocks go out in the open to see the duel happen. Roxigo still has a doubt on him, does mount up with Wolf, does get slowed off the bat, does get one roll in cap onto Boom Slash. Can he reach? Fist of Fury barely reaches, does get knocked back. Roxigo using Tiger's Loss to get some movement speed, but Lightning Lasso stops him short, and a Root Totem is going to stop him in his tracks. Ice Fury to get some damage. Boom Slash is just trying to force these guys out in the open, and then Roxigo getting as close as he can, or as far as he can, so he can still port back to his pillar to recover. Boom Slash is hanging out, did pick up his, this is going to be rough, and Boom Slash said going against the monk is going to be rough, but I don't know how this is going to do. Roxigo's now going in there, getting hit up and getting interrupted by the elementals though. The elemental forces are not letting Boom Slash die. We'll have only a few seconds of serenity to use it for damage. Boom Slash already using wall off the bat. Wall coming out for Roxigo, trying to get mobility back up and running. Earth Grab Totem is just going to be a help for him. Karma coming in so he can continue doing some mobility, get some mobility and some damage onto Boom Slash. Boom Slash does send him into a hex, and Roxy needs to get behind the pillar and get away. Does get a port off, and this time Boom Slash is the one pushing in offensively. Roxy is the one hiding behind the pillar. Does in cap Boom Slash, choosing his pillar to get away, getting a few fuses. This is actually going to be a much closer duel than we expected. Roxy go with a trinket, Boom Slash with a relentless. Not seeing that CC at all as an orc. Does get hit by Rootbind Totem, I think, for a moment. Earthbind did try to slow him. Earth Grab did try to root him. Isn't going to do it. Roxy gets another big leap away, or big port away. Trying to change pillar again away from Boom Slash, who's in popping slows. Meatball flying at Roxy. Didn't do too much damage. Roxy go putting in a port way out here. Going in for refuses. Trying to make sure he has an escape plan at all times. Boom Slash is coming around the corner. Boom Slash wants Roxigo outside of the pillar, but Roxigo wants him near the pillar. The Incap comes in. Roxigo has now a wall. If he wants to go for a stun lock, he will be able to get knocked back. Didn't quite hit a wall. Lightning Lasso coming out after his burst. Does trinket it. Knock up in the air. Short stun onto Boom Slash. Does hit him with Touch of Death. Boom Slash now using his mobility to get away from Roxigo. Fist of Fury barely reaching. The Elemental is still hitting Roxigo from a while away, so Roxigo is still taking consistent damage at all times. Finally able to get some damage onto Boom Slash and able to line up anything. Does try to get that hex. Cannot get the hex now. Does get hit with a hex as wall is up, and Roxy needs to go behind the pillar again. Try to find refuge. Will he be able to get a port out of the hex? Does get a port for a little bit of healing. Boom Slash is aware of the port. Does drop an Earthbind Totem to try to slow him down. Roxy having to use the pillar again. Coming out. Try to Fist of Fury. Boom Slash was keeping max range, and Roxy changes the pillar again, but that might not work as Boom Slash actually has a port at that pillar. That might give him all the advantage in the world. Boom Slash is getting stunned up as Roxy could try to get a defensive stun more than anything, just to keep Boom Slash in place. Boom Slash going in for healing surge, and Roxy goes switching pillar as soon as he gets a moment. Trying to maybe force Boom Slash mobility out. Roxy goes, so much damage is being taken right now. Does use Transcendence in order to heal himself a little bit. Artifact Weapon coming out, but Boom Slash Earth Grab Totem doesn't cap the elemental, and Boom Slash is going to get some freebie hits onto Boom Slash. And Roxy is in a hard spot right now. Cannot really recover on his health. We have a torrent that is basically asleep now. We're going to see how this is going to go. Does get some damage for Roxigo. Trying to go for Serenity, but is getting stopped by Lightning Lasso yet again. It is so hard to get a setup. Couldn't get an incap into a stun lock. Boom Slash does now not have to deal with Roxigo's burst for about another minute. Roxigo continues to hide away from Boom Slash. Does change the pillar again. Boom Slash using his mobility in order to catch up to Roxigo, which may be what Roxigo wants. He wants to force out a lot of mobility and do damage. Incap comes into Boom Slash. Roxigo trying to LOS away from the Ice Fury. Does get a meatball. Is out in the open. Does get another port. Is trying to heal up. This is actually real rough. I was expecting this duel to go towards Roxigo. Lightning Lasso as Roxigo peeks the corner. Let's see, in-cap comes in. Boom Slash is the shortest in-cap in the world. DR completely, so Roxigo needs to wait out. Does swap to a pillar again. That monk mobility is keeping him alive, but it's not letting him fully recover. As Boom Slash, every time he has any hits onto Roxigo, is basically death. Roxigo popping wall early as Boom Slash is able to connect. He's getting some lightning bolts back-to-back. Fuses are coming out again. Roxigo continues to just go to another pillar. Does get a big port, big heal while wall is up. We're in dampening 6%, so this is going to be hard unless the Roxigo calling up a big burst into Boom Slash around a pillar where he cannot be knocked away that far back and he can actually survive it. Then it's not going to be a lot he can do. Boom Slash mounting up. Roxigo is still trying to maintain. In-cap comes in, is at a good position, going in for full burst, does get knocked away, is sliding on the wall, didn't really get to stay there for long. Does Trinket Lightning Lasso, is going in for damage finally. Wall coming out of Boom Slash, knock up onto Roxigo, who's staying in. He's going to continue to stay and be afloat here. Does get an in-cap to stop Boom Slash from getting the heal. Another Fist of Fury to interrupt that healing. Is maybe going to get hit with a Hex maybe soon-ish. Doesn't have a kick for a bit. Does port away as that Hex comes out. Needs to start rehealing himself as Boom Slash is rehealing. That was a good way of going about it. Needs to get a better lineup with a wall in order for the knockback to not be as effective. Doesn't cap the one of the elementals and is trying to get away again. Another swap to another pillar. Does the attack by a few lightning bolts, I think, from the elemental and Boom Slash. This is a rough duel. Going for more fuses. Earth Grab Totem is back up there. Does get out of it early. Wants to continue his health going forward. Does understand how he wants to fight Boom Slash, I think. Does get him hit with a Fist of Fury. No more Thunderstorm for Boom Slash for a while. Does catch Roxigo out in the open and with a lasso, just keeping him kited around. Roxigo is choosing to go back behind pillar again. Doesn't want to eat any of the big birds by Boom Slash. Needs to continue recovery. Needs to continue staying healthy. Does have Elemental closing in around the right side. Wall is up. The Elemental could go for a stun. I think that's what's going to happen. Does get stunned on his already. Does interrupt that leap though. It can do some solid damage to Boom Slash. Is going for back-to-back stuns while Sky Fury's totem is down. Boom Slash is actually taking damage for the first time in this duel. Another roll out of Roxigo. Another Fist of Fury to disrupt him. Lightning Lasso, the shortest lasso you could ever think of. Roxigo is still staying in, actually able to do damage. In caps and slows and roots and stuns and everything to disrupt all the damage. Does get Roxigo rooted out in the open. Going in for healing surges in his face. Roxigo understands he can be out in the open. He has to blink back, get more infuses. Pet is still just pounding him on the shoulder, but at least he's able to recover. Oathbind Totem is getting set up. This is like a survival hunter dueling. He's setting up all the totems around all the edges where Roxigo can get out. Choke points are actually getting crowded by all these totems, making it harder for Roxigo to do anything. Does heal up to himself to a good chunk of a heal with 20% dampening. Is taking a bit of damage from few instacasts. Needs to go a fuse again. All that work of infusing almost feels like it was for nothing, as the Roxigo needs to go and rework his process back to get his health up higher and higher with dampening at 21%. It's going to get harder and harder, but Boom Slash is going to get harder for him to heal too, and harder for him to recover. Being on work with Lens is so good for this. Can Roxigo catch him? Does catch him in a good angle. He's going to knock back. The wall kind of slows him down, but not really. Doesn't actually stop the damage completely. Does get another stun. That was a lasso for Boom Slash. Won't have it available for a while. Wall coming out, but Boom Slash trying to get another leap. Fist of Fury catches him right there. Is going to get hit by Touch of Death. Is going to get dropped to about half health. Roxigo should have a lot of abilities to get a Hex. Get interrupted with a, oh my goodness, is a kick available? Is it going to be kick available? I'm not sure if Roxigo uses kick or not. Hex is coming in now. Can he kick it? No, does get Hexed. Is the Elemental going to disrupt the Hex or no? What the hell? That's like a Hell Bar. Okay, the Hell Bar is gone now. I think with that Hex is like got broke or something. Roxigo still staying on Boom Slash or Lightning Lasso, continues to keep him out in the open. Roxigo needs to get out of here. Does get himself a bit of a heal, automatically passively popping. Staying onto Boom Slash while he's low. Karma coming out, needs to stay in, wants to stay in, get a knockback. Boom Slash doesn't want to do any damage. Sky Fury Totem is up. Another Fist of Fury to hold Boom Slash in place for just a little bit longer. Another kick. Now Boom Slash is going in for a few insta-casts. Does get a big leap, but Roxigo still is on him. Another in-cap, another stun. Is that going to be it? Is that going to be the end of the duel? Boom Slash barely hanging in there. Another Lightning Lasso to keep him out in the open. Does he have any more CC? Doesn't get another slow and more healing surges, but Rox goes around the pillar, but cannot quite catch up to Boom Slash. Wants to finish it right now, going in for Final Fist of Fury, and does finish it. He takes him out with Serenity, keeping him alive for a little bit longer. Now Brett comes in, getting in-capped on, does have all his images onto Roxigo. Needs to capitalize on this, just take out this man, this monster, as he's fully out of cooldowns. Roxigo continues to kite around away from all of these mage images, but does keep getting hit by it, does keep getting slowed by it. This is going to be rough. He has nothing left. one more port for a little bit extra healing, going in for more fuses as those images are just pounding on him. Somehow still able to heal and maintain his health. Does get away again as the mage goes into invis, goes behind another pillar. Does get hit with the artifact weapon though, so that's going to really just diminish a lot of his healing back to almost nil. Has wall available to reduce a little bit of damage. Does get an incap onto Bread. Is he going to go for damage? No. Continues to go for healing. Leap, port back for Bread comes in with big burst coming in onto Roxigo, who has at least 2 million health available for now. Does get another fuse, I think, with a port. Does continue to run away from Bread. Cannot stay there. Karma comes in. Literally can get a ice block out from it and not deal with it. Bread is using temporal in order to reduce a lot of the damage he took. Roxigo is getting a bit of healing out of this. Whatever healing he can get out of dampening. Can Bread take advantage of this and not allow Roxigo to recover? That was the whole point of putting those guys against each other. Putting Boom and Roxigo against each other. So by the end of it, hopefully they'll have the cooldowns exhausted and it will be a pretty high dampening where they cannot recover. But if Roxigo can even get one more kill, I mean, he'll be the man. Roxigo using his pillar again. A lot easier when it's not a shaman that he has to deal with. A lot easier if it's an arcane mage he has to deal with. Doesn't have all the pets, all the roots, all the totems. Brad is going in for a little bit of first aid. Roxy going in for whatever he fuses he can, trying to recover his health. The dampening is at 40%. The healing is going to be impossible. And this comes in on the mage. If he has all his bursts available, that might be enough for a Roxigo. Does line up his artifact weapon on the Roxigo. Does get him into a slow. The artifact weapon is going to do a little bit of damage. And another port for Roxigo to continue his health going, continue his health moving, and trying to do what he can in order to survive. I think he's doing a good job against the mage though. It doesn't look like the mage can really do a lot. Rocktar is kind of running around. I hope he doesn't get hit in the middle of it all. Hope he's staying far enough away where he can see it. I'm in stealth, so it's easy for me. Roxigo pop a Serenity, tries to commit onto Bread. Bread is just moving a bit, moving around, blinking around all over the place, and Roxigo couldn't get a lot of damage going. Is trying to use mobility and healing to its finest in order to stay alive. Does have wall available yet again. Incap comes in onto Bread, tries to get a Fist of Fury, cannot catch up, slowed forever. Bread has him out in the open, which is one place Roxigo really doesn't want to be. As Wall is getting worn out, he really doesn't want to be there. Those arcane missiles with full burst is really doing a lot of damage. That Karma is actually gonna do a lot for Roxigo in terms of healing and damage back into Bread, who decided not to ice block any of this Karma, which does do a little bit of healing for Roxigo. Roxigo is still able to keep up, gets an incap, tries to get a root onto Bread, cannot do anything afterwards, does get another slow, does get another hit. Can Bread make it happen? Because Roxigo is exhausted of all cooldowns. I don't know if he can hang in there much longer. So Bread should be able to finish it unless Roxigo has a plan. Waits out until all his cooldowns are available. Does force cooldowns out of Bread little by little. No trinket out of Bread available. Only Ice Block available. And it looks like Roxigo is finally on the offensive. No longer is he just looking for moments where he can finally do just a little bit of teensy tiny damage. Looks like he's actually going for full damage. Serenity and everything into an Ice Block. Can he do anything against that Ice Block? Oh, Bread does port away. Roxigo stays in, and now the ports, teleports, the invis are coming out, and Bread does line up his artifact weapon onto a Roxigo and tries to get some damage, and no, it doesn't actually, cannot get any damage afterwards. And Roxigo took a bit of damage there, but he's still able to recover. It looks like Bread cannot get his big lineup yet with artifact weapon, arcane missiles, and arcane blast yet. Doesn't seem like he has it for a while. Fist of Fury coming out. Is that going to be the end of it? Roxigo actually takes another one out, and it's going to be Zong the Rogue, Assassination Rogue. Zong comes in with a port, wants to chase after Roxigo. Roxigo's trying to get away from him, just letting a little bit of that regen going. Does get a bit of a healing winds teleport with 45 brew, so you can get a little bit more healing. And we have Znog opening into Roxigo with full burst. No Karma, I think, for a while. Znog is now getting stunned up, does get out of it. Evasion is available for him. Touch it does. Roxigo is taking a lot of damage with those dots, and it looks like Znog is not going to be on him any moment. We do get a fuses coming in by Roxigo again. Goes behind the pillar, hanging out by the eye. Still has a lot of dots, but he's just diffusing through it all. We don't have Znog coming back and chasing on the man. Looks like Znog did get away. No, he actually is opening back up. Now the Karma is there. Serenity is up. Znog is taking a lot of that damage from just Serenity. Gets a blind onto a Roxigo. Znog needs to reset, recover. Karma is going to be gone in a bit. Gets his cooldowns, gets his bearings, then he might have a chance to beat a Roxigo. But a Roxigo has fought literally a Shaman God, and then fought an Arcane Mage, and now he's fighting against a Rogue. Yeah, Roxigo is just determined to win these duels, man. Picks up the eye to see Znog, gets it with a full kidney. Is that going to be enough to kill it? Is not going to be able to finish it. Roxigo follows up another stun again. Roxigo fully dotted up. That might be the end of the God, and there he goes down. And down he goes. Alright, so who is, what's our order again? Because we rolled, but I don't remember what was the order. The order is, okay. Order. what is it? It looks like Tizo. It looks like me, Tizo, and everybody else. Me, Tizo, Rock. We'll have everybody else go. We'll have everybody else go, because I'll go last. Tizo, Bay, Rock, me. Just so everyone else can play. Here we go. That's how we're gonna do it. That's what we're gonna do. So I'm gonna come out of stealth, just so Tiza knows it is gonna be a rogue he'll be fighting, or just so Znog knows it'll be a rogue he's fighting. I really want them to play, man. I really want everybody else to play. So I'm gonna hang out here with Rock Tarl, so I don't look like I'm actually dueling. Gets a sap on Rock Tarl. We're chilling. Tiza's trying to AoE him out with Znog. He's going up against the other guy. Yeah, here we go. I don't know what... I think Znog got confused for a second, so he came out of stealth. He probably confused, not sure who he's dueling. And Tiza is just going to wipe him out real quick. Unless Znog got something going on here, Znog does get taken out. Need to pay attention, my man. It's okay, we'll just let it go. We'll keep it rolling, because that was an amazing duel so far. With Roxigo and Boom Slash. That was actually so close. So much closer than we expected it to be. Tiza is now going up against Fellman. He's AFKing. It's not me, Fellman. It isn't me. I'm just gonna sit, just so you know, I'm just watching. You got a temp shield as a heal, dude. Oh, true, but it is not that great of a heal. Honestly, temp shield is not that great of a heal. Is it Fellman next? Is it Fellman next, or is it who? I think it's Fellman, dude. I think it's Fellman. Sap comes in, Fellman getting fit with a full kidney, full Master of Shadows, Subtlety, Shadow Blades coming in onto Fellman. That is all the burst in the world. Tizo's getting an advantage right afterwards. Does get dotted up, so Fellman can't actually heal a lot. Dampening at 75. Every time Tizo gets a reset, it's actually going to drop Fellman lower and lower. Unless Fellman can get some kind of a damage of his own, drop Tizo lower and lower and lower. That Collective Shadows is going to be the way Tizo wins these duels. Does wait out all the dots. Is waiting out for the agony for a little longer. Can he catch a re? Does get to catch a re. We'll see how this goes. Going up on Fellman again. I don't like when you guys run out like this. You're cool if you're chilling here, that's fine. I'm out close just so I can chill to stream the duels. Fellman getting hit with a cheap shot again. Can't really do anything. No trinket available right now. Does get a horror effect out. Just couldn't really do it. Dampening was way too high. And for Warlock, you do need a little bit of heals. Tizo is getting hit with a dot by Danny. I don't think Fellman got a fair game there, dude. I don't think Fellman got a fair game. I'm not even sure if Fellman knew exactly who he's going to duel. So it doesn't really help him. Sab getting coming in onto Danny Knight. Chilling, AFK in the Sab. Tizo's trying to wait out those dots. Might go for a burst opener early. Danny doesn't have a lot of healing. That's one thing Shadow Plays have, and he's just not going to be able to use it. Mark for Death Kidney. Oh, going to get a stun onto Tizo. Is that going to be Trinket though? Tizo does Trinket out of Danny as well. Cheap shot and everything. Dropping low on health. Does get it down. Tizo going for a reset off the bat. Shadow Meds are coming out by Danny, but that's not going to be a lot. Because 79% dampening, you get no heals out of it. That is rough. So every time Tizo gets a little bit of damage, every time he resets, Danny just cannot recover. He'll basically have to he'll have to hit him up with a, oh, another cheap shot comes in. He'll have to use Disperse a lot earlier. Does use Disperse at low though. Not gonna get a lot of healing. Might even die. Wow. Woo. Okay, that was rough. I'll say. That was a little rough. Wow, that was fucking awesome. Yo, Roxigo, my man. That was fucking awesome. That was cool. Holy shit, GG. Him and Boom Slash did such a good fucking job, dude. That was awesome. That was awesome. That was fun to watch. Holy shit. GG, sorry, man. I panicked, TBH. Yeah, it's all good, man. It's all good.